Nightline is a presentation of ABC News. More Americans get their news from ABC News than from any other source.
Tomorrow, breaking windows gets Brad busted.
They got away, but he was the only one we could catch.
Wasn't trying to break them.
You throw a brick at a window, you expect it to stick?
Home improvement. Then, when Dauber 2 times Judy.
If you tell her it didn't mean anything, she'll believe that.
Bury it with a shovel and then bury the shovel.
Coach after home improvement. Tomorrow.
Channel 5's Pam Dale, keeping you in touch.
How you doing, man?
I'm all right.
I'm sitting here with iced tea. I'm real glad to see you, man.
Yeah, it's a long time. The last time I saw you was at some awards or something.
That's right. I was sitting next to you. My daughter was going off. And
she just stepped to me again and said, "You remember me?" I was like,
yeah. She's a little taller than the last time you saw her. Now, listen, you know, in the old days, the king used to kill the messenger when the messenger brought news the king didn't want to hear. It's kind of like that right now with you and the album and this song, you know. Now, is it because people feel that it's too hostile a message, or that they can't handle it from the community? I mean, what's up with the president? What is you know, what's this all about now?
The funny thing about the record was the record had been out a long time. Song Cop Killer on the Body Count album, and we had been performing the record for about a year on the road, and then the album came out in March, and nobody said anything. And then all of a sudden, there was a big outcry about this particular song, Cop Killer. I tried to analyze it a lot of times. One cop said he was afraid that, you know, black kids were going to hear this, gang members. But the record is a rock album. It's not a rap album. And I really think that the fear is that I, like, injected black rage into the white households of America, because the record really mostly was bought by white kids. That wasn't my objective. It was just a rock album, but that's how rock sells. And I think I sent the white kids home with a lot of anger that is in the black youth. And that caused a major shock wave going through America, because a lot of white kids right now are listening to rap, but this really hit them hard. And it's an election year, okay? So a lot of the politicians needed platforms to stand on. I can't imagine, you know, Clinton listening to a Sister Soldier record, all of a sudden he's talking about her. Quayle's talking about me. I mean, they don't even know who we are, but I think their advisors say, jump on this platform, this way you can get a conservative vote. Say rap. A lot of people don't like rap. And they try to turn it into like a Willie Horton type thing, you know? And avoid the true issue, why I made the record.
Yeah. Now, wouldn't it break your face, though, if Dan Quayle really was, like, grooving it home to the album and just, like, got it, like, recently? You know, said, damn, I forgot Cop Killer was on there.
Maybe Albert Gore probably listens to it, because I know Tipper plays my stuff a lot at her house.
She does.
But,
I bet she does.
I don't know. I can't imagine that. I think some political advisors said, let's jump on this and turn it into an issue, because there's no platforms for them to stand on this year. It's kind of like a sad election year. Yeah.
We'll be right back and talk about just how damn sad it is in a minute.
The Whoopi Goldberg Show is brought to you by Be Our Guest at the Vacation Kingdom of the World, the Walt Disney World Resort in Florida.
Be our guest, with our magic to the test. Bring a heart that's full of wonder and let Disney do the rest. You're Be our guest, be our guest.
Walt Disney World invites you to be our guest. Call 407-WDisney.
Now, when you fight greasy pots and pans, you can take the gloves off. Introducing Ivory Clear. So new and different, it's easy on hands, yet tough on grease. Ivory's targeted grease cleaners attack the grease, but not the natural oils in your skin. Now you can fight grease with your bare hands with new Ivory Clear.
Throughout his entire career,
I found my wife smooching and kissing with my best friend.
Buddy Young Jr. was great.
So I said, Lenny, I have to, but you?
But when he was bad,
The lovely makeup. Who puts it on? The Ringling Brothers?
he was brilliant.
You got too close when the Avon lady exploded.
Billy Crystal is Mr. Saturday Night, rated R. At select theaters Wednesday. Opens Friday at theaters everywhere.
I could tell something was wrong the minute I saw him coughing. Poor Timmy. He was coming down with a cold.
PJ's on. I'll be right out. Can you get me a tissue?
Mom, could you get us some vapor rub too?
Go away, cough.
Away, stuffy nose.
Vapor Rub's penetrating vapors work fast to relieve his cough and nasal congestion.
Come on, Scruff, you're out of here.
Hey, look who's up.
Vicks Vapor Rub. Breathe the vapors. Breathe the relief.
Cause I live a life of crime. Why play a blind? A simple look at anyone with 2 cents with no I'm a hardcore player from the streets, rapping about hardcore topics over hardcore drum beats. A little different than the average though. Jet you through the fast lane, drop you on death row. Cause anybody who's been there knows that life ain't so lovely on the blood so fast track. That invincible junk don't work. Throw you in the joint, you'll be coming out feet first. So I blast the mic with my style. Sometimes I'm ill, and other times buck wild. But the science is always there. I'd be a true sucker if I act like I didn't care. I rep for brothers just like myself. Dazed by the game in a quest of extreme wealth. But I kick it to you hard and real. One wrong move, and your cap's peeled.
You know, rap is funny how people are reacting to it, because it really has been around a long time. I mean, there's Louis Jordan, and the Boll Weevil song that Brooks Benton did, Moms Mabley and Pearl Bailey doing the Fish Fry song. It's always been a way for people to tell a story. Now, what is it about rap that makes people so uptight? Is it because it speaks from a people nobody can hear? And when we say that, we're not necessarily talking about black people, we're talking about people, poor folks.
Exactly. There's a lot of different kinds of rap. You got pop-orientated rap, which means you want to be popular, so you say popular ideas. Then you have what's called hardcore, and that's what I do. That's what Public Enemy does, Ice Cube. This could be hardcore as far as just sexually explicit hardcore, you know, just like the brothers talking about girls out in the street, and it's dirty and it's nasty and it's raunchy, but that's how they talk. Or it could be politically hardcore, which is just says, yo, this is how I feel, and this is what's going on. Now, when you have a cry from the bottom, a scream up, a lot of people don't want to hear that, you know? Like right now, they try to wrap this thing in a big First Amendment issue, but the whole thing of it is when the Constitution was written, we were property, and they never even considered us talking.
Yeah.
So now, when you put me on an amplified system and sell me to millions of people, this particular brain wave or thought pattern was never supposed to get out. And we got people questioning authority. And once again, I say, the white kids, I think that's the real thing. As long as we talk to black people and we're mad, that's cool. The system is prepared to deal with that. They know we're angry. They say, we never expect you to like a cop. None of the black leaders did. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, none of them loved police. But now you got our kids feeling that same anger, and you got these white kids going home saying, Moms, Elizabeth Taylor wasn't Cleopatra, and ain't no white person built the pyramids, and all this John Wayne ain't no hero. He killed Indians, and we're saying, yo, this is wrong. There's a lot of injustices going in. And in a war, what I consider this, the enemy is easily handled. The problem is when you have sympathizers. Those are the main, and what's happening is homes are being invaded right now, and the kids of America, white, Hispanic, Orientals, all of them are saying, I understand what ICE is saying. I understand what PE is saying, and it's wrong, and they got a point. They got to stop rap right now. They got to shut it down real quick.
And they're trying it, because now, before we get into the whole issue of censorship, because you know we're not living in a free society. It has not.
We can't say what we want to say on TV.
Well, no, we do. I mean, we do. You know, whether or not people are going to turn it off, you can't control.
Right.
You know, but we do get the opportunity, at least here in this forum, to say, here's what's up. Because one of the things I want to say to you about my feeling towards rap, the biggest problem that I have with it is it does not give young women a sense that there is a man there, that they are part of a man's space. You know, it becomes you're a piece of ass, or let me have that, you know, that poontang, or whatever the current hip phrase is to describe it. You know, and that's my biggest problem.
That's a valid complaint, though, but I get it from a lot of girls that say, oh, ICE. But then the whole thing of it is a lot of girls are making records now.
Yeah, and this, you know, and they're doing the same thing, and I want to say, hey, yo, hello, you know?
They're reversing it on us. Some of the girls, I had some records where Darlene was listening to them, and I was like, hey, take that off. I'm going to have to do some parental guidance here or something, because what are you listening to? This girl was telling her how to cook up some grits and do me. I was like, wait, whoa.
Yeah.
So some of the, I mean, I guess you got to just look at it. If a man is making a record, sometimes men are going to come from a male and slightly chauvinistic approach.
Yes.
And that's just part of it. But when the women come back at us, I'm like, touche. Let me have it. I can take it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Except if Darlene is listening to it, and then you want to take it off.
Yes.
Yeah. But now, why did you decide to go ahead and just stop cop killing? Why did you? Because I know it wasn't an overnight decision. I know it's something you thought about deeply. But Whoopi Goldberg is curious.
Yeah. A lot of people have criticized me for the move, but the whole thing was, at the time the cops moved on Warner Brothers. They didn't move on me. They made a statement. Well, we know why Ice-T is angry, but Warner Brothers. Why did you let him come out? And they moved on him in a way. They sent bombs there. They threatened the lives of the people there.
The cops.
Or whoever. But the sympathizers with the police, you know, but I don't know. But, I mean, it's nothing they haven't done before.
Right.
So they made moves, and it got to a point where it seemed like Warner Brothers was fighting my battle.
Right.
I made it clear, look, the record is not about, they said we did it for the money. Okay, I don't need, that's not the money, it's the issue. Why did I make the record? And I do not like y'all, okay? It's not Warner Brothers, it's me. If y'all got a problem with me, come step to me. If you're a brutal cop, I would just as soon see you dead. I do not care about you because you would rather see me dead. If you're a good cop, it does not, you know, it has nothing to do with you. But this is me. It's not Warner Brothers. It's not the secretary at the front desk. And it was just a man-type thing where I said, look, I got to take this on myself.
Right.
And the record, I can give the record away free. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's not the issue. But everybody says, well, let's make it a First Amendment issue. We back your right to say it. But I'm like, where were all the people who feel the same way I feel about them? And why didn't anybody from the music industry or film step up and say, Ice, we don't like him neither, man. Only person called me, Wesley Snipes, and you, Arsenio, had me on his show. But most people said, no, well, Ice's attitude about this, but I think a lot of us feel the same way. Maybe we might not want to go out and hurt him, but we know where the anger comes from.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, you can't not have it. You know, I grew up in New York. The vibe was a lot different with the cops when I was a kid. Very, very different thing. But there is a different world out here now, you know, where making it used to be the thing, where you take yourself out from place A and you fight up to place B, and you got respect. You get to place B, you still don't get any respect.
Right, exactly.
You know?
And now that I've gained some form of respect, it's so easy for me to say, okay, the police aren't a problem anymore, but they still are a problem with me till I die, you know? Because whether I live in a nice neighborhood, my homies are getting killed out there, you know what I'm saying? And they're just doing wrong, especially in L.A. And there's no love in my heart for them, you know what I'm saying? Now, there is no freedom of speech if you step to the man, just point blank. And, you know, but as far as from my mouth, I don't have to go through Warner Brothers. Right. I can say it straight in the camera. The police can basically kiss my ass, and that's just how I feel about them. If they think they want to come out here and beat down brothers in the street, then they got a problem coming, because I don't think the brothers is having it. And when they white kids go home and say that to them, it scares the living daylights out of them.
We'll be back.
Blank.
$3.95 a minute. 18 and over, please.
Camp David Restaurant in Iowa Falls offers an out-of-the-ordinary dining experience. Located on the scenic bluffs overlooking the Iowa River, Camp David's unique atmosphere offers a feast for the eyes as well as the taste buds. Their delicious smoked meat entrees, succulent salads, and tempting desserts is a dining treat that will keep you coming back. Their friendly staff is there to cater to your slightest need, and the price is right. The best food in Iowa costs hardly more than dining at home. So pack up the family and head to Camp David Restaurant in Iowa Falls.
When I was growing up, sure we argued, but not for the reason these people are battling it out.
I'll take my last one. No, yes, I did. Oh, yes, I did. Yes.
I'm Jerry Springer, and on my next show, we'll look at family jealousy. It ranges from daddy's little girl to girls jealous of mom to plain old sibling rivalry. After all, everyone's jealous of somebody, even me. Find out why on my next show.
Wednesday at 10 on Channel 5. Each weekday at 5, journalists Rod Fowler and Gail Nye report on the news and events that are important to Central Iowans. The Channel 5 News 5 o'clock report is full of special features, including exclusive consumer reports designed to help you save money. Add in meteorologist Pam Dale's accurate weather forecast and Keith Murphy's unique style of sports.
Thank you, that's close enough.
And you have a newscast that you can't find anywhere else. When you want news, weather, and sports at 5 o'clock, turn to Channel 5. We're on your side.
On the next You Bet Your Life, a hairdresser shares some gossip with Codge.
Well, just the night before, she had a pretty exciting time in an elevator.
I guess this is called a quickie. A birch bark artist with a unique talent. You use your teeth to do this? And a desert dweller who's been in the sun a while.
Sometimes it gets pretty hot. The jackrabbits have to carry umbrella from bush to bush.
Let me smell your breath. On the next You Bet Your Life.
Wednesday at 6 on Channel 5.
Guests of the show fly our official carrier, American Airlines. Together with American Eagle, American flies to over 300 destinations in 45 countries worldwide. American Airlines, something special in the air.
Here comes them black boys with the fancy cars. Who gave them black boys those rock guitars? Who let them in the club? Did you make them pay? Who let them on the stage? Who let them play? Don't they know rock just for white? Don't they know the rules? Those blacks are too hardcore. This stuff ain't cool. The black won everything in the whole damn world. That black boy plays so good. He's the my girl that goes the neighborhood. That goes the neighborhood.
And see, I think a lot of people, A, haven't heard it, don't know anything about it. Why don't you give me a little background? How do you come to Cop Kill?
All right, first, you got the group Body Count. Right. All right, group Body Count is a group of black guys from South Central I grew up with, were in gangs and everything, but just happened to be into rock and roll, play guitars and stuff. And they always worked with me on my records. They couldn't find a place in any rock group. They tried it. They was like, guys, the spandex, the hair, it's not working. And so I said, well, we're all friends. Why don't we create our own group? More of a need to have something to play. They wanted to play. Groups need to play. And I ended up being the lead singer. And I said, let's make this group the angry voice from the bottom. Not like Ice-T who rationalizes things. Just mad. Just mad. At times, stupid. So we were sitting in there and we were thinking about, we were listening to the Talking Heads record, Psycho Killer, And I was like, yo, this is a crazy record, because I'm into, like, kind of macabre stuff. So we listening to it. Then we think about nurse killers and all this stuff like that. And the drummer said, man, right now, they need a cop killer, because, you know, and I was like, wow, that's a record, you know? So we worked on the character, the guy who lost his mind behind police brutality, because we didn't need to see the Rodney King thing. We've been living it, you know? So we worked on it, and he became a character, and we started singing the song, and people liked it. The tricky thing to this record is, if I had made a record called Child Killer, nobody would have liked the character. Nobody would have hated me, because they would have said, well, he just did a record about a guy who kills kids, and it's not cool, and I hate that character. The scary thing about Cop Killer is a lot of people like this character. A lot of people, he's like almost kind of like an anti-hero. People are so mad with the police that if there was somebody out there that was doing brutal cops, like this character is, because the lyrics, he says, it's been too long. Tonight we get even. He's lost it. He's like, I can't take it any longer. You know, Cop Killer, it's better you than me. Blank police brutality. He's out on that. And people are saying, yo, it's kind of weird. Nobody wants to see anybody die, but it's almost at that point. And anybody who watched that Rodney King scene and didn't say for 1 minute they should kill them cops, they know what goes on in the mind of the cop. This guy particularly, he just flipped. And he lost it and went out on this rampage. I don't want to see nobody out there get hurt. I definitely don't want nobody to go out there and try to play the role of this character in this thing, because I ain't no cop killer. I ain't no cop killer. I'm sitting here on Whoopi Goldberg's show, and I ain't thinking about pulling no triggers on nobody. But this particular character could possibly become real under the stress that's going on down in the ghetto right now. And I think that's where all the fear comes from, because these cops know that they have pushed people to the edge of insanity, you know, and hopefully they'll change their ways, and people will too.
Well, we got this new guy in. Let's wish his ass some luck, because
I don't trust him neither. You know, he was involved with that Move thing in Philadelphia, and they covered that up when he came here, and you know, I'll make sure everybody knows who he is. I don't know. You know, I mean, I believe some people go in there to be honest cops and get corrupted by the brotherhood. Yeah. You know, I just hope people start treating people like people, you know.
But isn't it kind of funny that in a neighborhood, you have a group of guys and you hang out, you become the gangsters, you're doing all that stuff. You got these cops, they hang around together, they become gangsters. So it's kind of like gangster warfare going on. But were you a gangster?
Yeah, definitely. I was deeply involved in lots of crime, and I didn't think I had a chance to do anything else, and I was very, very fortunate to get a chance to be in, like, I was in these terrible movies called Breaking and all that stuff. I was just,
honey, I got a lot of those. I got a string of terribles.
I was just rapping in a club one night and doing it as a pastime to get girls, and because we had all the money, but we had to go in the club and start rapping, trying to get some girls. My homies be like, rap, rap, go on there, get the girls. So we would get the girls and then, you know, run around town. But I got lucky and got out. My friends pushed me out. They said, Ice, man, you got a chance, man. Go this direction. Almost all my friends now are in prison. One of them right now is looking at death row. A couple of them will never come home. A lot of them are dead. And the few that have gone through the penal system now work for me. I hired them, you know. And it's just a real tragedy out there in the streets, and I'm trying to tell the brothers out there, don't go that route.
We'll be right back.
Teddy's diaper doesn't absorb fast enough. When Teddy toddles, Teddy gets wet. That's what's great about his Pampers Phases for walkers. They're faster. Pampers has a special speed dry system. So even though it's less bulky, it absorbs faster than its other leading diaper. So it's less likely to leak. And Teddy stays drier. When it comes to Teddy's diapers, faster means drier. And Pampers is faster.
Pampers Phases for walkers with the Speed Dry system for drier, happier babies.
With Ryder's 24-hour number, not only can you get everything you need to make your move easier.
Does Route 60 run through Phoenix? Thanks.
But you can call us with any other questions you have along the way. Oh, and if you rent a truck by November 7th, you get a free Domino's pizza delivered right to your new home. From Hollywood Pictures and Miramax Films.
I cannot stand aside and let others die for me.
She challenged them to raise their voices in protest.
We want the people away alive. Did you hear that?
To stand up and make a difference.
You kids are just beautiful.
To fight for their freedom. Whoopi Goldberg, Laletti Kamalo, Serafina.
People can defeat the armies.
Rated PG-13. Now playing in select cities. Starts Friday.
It's all new Personal Connections Plus, the leading personals in the country. Looking for romance or just want to have fun? Personal Connections Plus is fast and easy and very discreet. Call 1-800-955-5995 and create your own message free. Don't waste time with newspaper ads or blind leads. Hear from someone in your area right now and in their own voice. Call 1-800-955-5995. Your message is free for the perfect connection. Over 18, please.
Last year, Channel 5 provided free educational materials to classrooms around central Iowa to help children learn more about the weather. If you didn't receive a Channel 5 Weather School kit, there's still plenty of time to sign up. You'll receive a classroom weather guide, a cloud poster, and a free software kit. To receive Weather School, send a letter including your grade and teacher's name on school letterhead to Weather School in care of WOI TV, Ames, Iowa, 50011.
You know, I really like the man that's going to be on the Whoopi Goldberg show. Burt Reynolds, you got to check it out. Could get hot.
Look for Kraft Touch of Butter spread in the new package. It's made with rich, creamy butter. A touch of real butter makes a real difference.
Television is all kinds of basic sweats and T-shirts. Toltex, a new way of looking at clothes. What makes Finlandia America's #1 imported Swiss? Finland, with purer water, crisper air, fresher milk, producing cheese aged over 100 days.
Well, baby, I'm so glad you came. I'm so glad you came.
Thanks for having me. I've told you, I ain't done a lot of shows. I knew you were the real one, so I said, okay, we're going to go see Whoopi. They called me in Australia.
Uh-oh.
They said, Whoopi, I'm like, I'm with it. She's cool. She's down.
Well, we'll do this again.
Anytime.
All right. Good night.
Best prices on bedroom oak walls. Who just made a special purchase from a leading California manufacturer? You know who. Big Sur water baths. While supplies last, this Nordwin's oak wall group is just $369. Add the queen size water bed and your price is $569. Or choose the Bayview wall unit for $799. Add the queen size water bed and it's $999. For the best prices on quality oak wall groups, shop Big Sur water beds. 3715 Merle Hay Road at Douglas in Des Moines.
From the hometown heroes to the world of outlaws, it's a half-hour special put together with the racing fan in mind. Iowa Auto Racing Today, Sunday at 5, only on Channel 5.
Each weekday morning at 6, Channel 5 News brings you your first look at the day ahead on the Channel 5 News First Report. Renee Starzik and Rick Mitchell provide the latest news and weather information to help you start your day off right. So wake up to the First Report. Weekday mornings at 6 on Channel 5.
Hey, lighten up. Laugh at yourself. And if you can't, watch me laughing at you tonight, right here.
Your favorite radio show with pictures. Rush Limbaugh. Weeknights at 11 on Channel 5. You're watching Channel 5.
Let's make a deal. Now, meet America's top trader, TV big dealer, Monty Hall.
Thank you. Hey, who is that young guy? Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Television's Trading Center, where we buy, sell, or trade anything and everything.
Can you believe it? That was me way back in 1963, with dark hair yet. Hi, I'm Monty Hall, and what you just saw was the very first Let's Make a Deal made 29 years ago. That's right, 29 years. And since that time, I've done...